Makinig, manood, nasa teleradyo. Makinig, manood, nasa teleradyo. Teleradyo, teleradyo Marcelo. Sa gitna ng mapanubok na panahon, magkahatid sa kaakibat ay diskusyon. Sama-sama tayo, kahit magkalayo. Sa programang ito, tiyak ang pagkatuto. Teleradyo, teleradyo Marcelo. Teleradyo, teleradyo Marcelo. Teleradyo, teleradyo Marcelo.
This is Teleradio Marcelo with Educator Bina Caparas from the MHP NHS Junior High School Science Department. Good morning, learners! I am happy to be with you again. Join us this amazing Tuesday morning for another hour of learning in Grade 7 Science. You are listening to Teleradio Marcelo, ang telearalan ng bawat Malulenyo. Brought to you by MHP NHS Marcelo H. del Pilar National High School. This is once again Teacher Bina Caparas, your Educator for today. Stay tuned for another learning episode about physics. Refresh your memory, look at the picture on your screen, and answer these questions. What was the topic last week? Explain how waves carry energy from one place to another. Distinguish between transverse and longitudinal waves. Comment down below. After giving your possible answer, learners, don't forget to include your grade and section and the name of your science teacher for additional points. Please follow and like our Facebook page, subscribe to our YouTube channel. And for our possible answers, waves. Number 2, as waves move from one place to another, they carry energy. In transverse waves, particles move up and down to the direction in which the wave travels, while in longitudinal waves, particles vibrate back and forth in the direction in which the wave travels. I am glad that you still remembered the past lesson. Are you now ready for our lesson for today? Listen to this song. You may also take down notes.
Well, we know that there are different forms of energy, mechanical, electrical, and don't forget heat, light and solar too. But it's a song that I do. The reason sound comes out is because of vibrations. If you understand them, then it makes communication. It's happening right now. So listen
Okay, what is the song all about? Next question is how it is produced. Comment down below. Remember, this is just recitation on air. You are still listening to Teleradio Marcelo, Grade 7 Science. The song you've heard is about sound, and it is our topic for today. Sound is produced by the vibration. You will know more about it as we go along. Today's overall objective is to describe the characteristics of sound using the concepts of wavelength, velocity, and amplitude with a learning competency code S7FE-3D-7. This means at the end of the broadcast, you should be able to number 1. To demonstrate how sound is produced. Number 2. Identify factors that affect the pitch, loudness, and quality of the sound produced. And lastly, identify the role of characteristics of sound in distinguishing each sound. To challenge you for 10 points, can you clap in one hand? Comment down below after giving your possible answer, learners. Your comments are welcome. Absolutely. The answer is no. You cannot clap in one hand because sound can be produced with the help of two objects. Those claps are for you for answering no. We hear many sounds in our day-to-day living. Still, we are able to differentiate most of them easily. Let us hear a few sounds coming from different sources. Can you figure them out? Comment down below. Of course, Delphilarian, you can. The first sound is coming from a guitar, and second sound is from a trumpet. The third sound from a small drum. The fourth is obviously coming from your neighbor's dog. And the last one is from your cat. Haha! Did you get it all correct, learners? Maybe from now on, even when your eyes close, you will figure and identify who, what, or where is the sound came from. And it is good, for it will sharpen your sense of hearing. Good job, guys! Before we discuss any further, let us first define sound. Sound is a form of energy that can be heard and travels in waves. When matter vibrates or moves back and forth very quickly, a sound is made, just like in the lyrics of the song you've heard. Sound waves can travel through solids, liquids, or gases. Example, when a school bell rings, parts of the bell will vibrate, creating sounds. For the meantime, let me tell you about our department's infomercial on the ongoing early registration, which started last March 26 and will end on the 30th day of this month. Registration may be online or on-site. For those who are interested, please read the grade requirements and fill out the form by opening the link flashed on your screen. The schedule of the interview will be announced soon. If you have any questions regarding this, please feel free to contact Ma'am Flores or Ma'am Santos using their contact numbers. Now, Let's go back to our discussion. Do you know that sound is a form of energy and it travels on a longitudinal wave? Notice that sound travels in a spiral form like a slinky. Now that you have heard different sounds, you can easily perform and answer our last or learning activity sheet number 7 entitled My Own Sounding Box. Just follow the procedures in your last and answer the given questions. I know that you have already prepared the materials needed in this activity. For those who have just tuned in, follow and like our Facebook page, subscribe to our YouTube channel. How does sound wave travel? Sound is generated as a wave on vibrations of objects and travels through a medium and reaches our ears. Our ears can recognize each sound due to its uniqueness. The uniqueness of sound is because of different features and characteristics of sound. Characteristic of sound waves can have different wavelength, amplitude, and frequency. These give different characteristics to each sound and help us to distinguish from one another. Let us move on now to the three characteristics of sound. Which variations in sound? These are pitch, loudness, and quality. Let us talk about the first characteristics of sound. What is the pitch of a sound? Well, it is about the softness or loudness of a sound. It is the property of a sound that distinguishes high pitch from a low pitch. Now, what is high pitch and low pitch? High pitch means thin sound. High pitch is produced when the frequency of a sound is high. Listen to these sounds. For example, those sounds from women, birds, and cats are high pitch. How about these sounds? Are they high or low pitch? Yes, your answer is correct if you answered low pitch because low pitch means thick sound. Low pitch produces when the frequency is low, just like in the sound you've heard from man, dogs, and the sound of frogs. These sounds are low pitch. Remember that pitch depends on the frequency of sounds. Also, you should learn high-pitched notes and low-pitched notes. Well, a sound having frequency and small wavelength is called a high-pitched note. For example, the sound of a guitar. If we trace its sound, we observe that its frequency is high, its wavelength is small. Secondly, a sound having low frequency and large wavelength is called a low-pitched note. For example, the sound of a drum. If we trace its sound, wavelength is large. Therefore, we say that high-pitched note has high frequency and small wavelength, while low-pitched note has low frequency and large wavelength. The next characteristics of sound is loudness. Loudness of a sound depends on sound energy. The greater the sound energy, the greater is the loudness of a sound, and vice versa. For example, consider the figure on your screen. On your left side, this is a quiet sound, and on the right side, a louder sound. Now, why this is a quiet sound, and the other one is a louder sound? It is because the amplitude on your left sound is small, while the amplitude on your right is large. Also, remember that loudness of a sound depends on amplitude. Let us have the last example, the speaker. For instance, when you increase the volume, the speaker increases the amplitude of the sound and you will hear loud sound. In contrast, when you decrease the volume, the speaker decreases the amplitude of the sound and you will hear soft sounds. Let us use a mnemonic regarding the three factors affecting loudness of sound. Anyway, a mnemonic is a device such as a pattern of letters, ideas, or associations that assists in remembering something. So let's have ADM as our mnemonic. A stands for area of vibrating or oscillating object. D stands for distance from a source producing sounds. M for medium through which sounds travel. Now, consider a small drum and a big drum. Small drum produces low sound or quiet sound, and a big drum produces loud sound or high sound. It is because the vibrating area of a small drum is small, while the big drum is large. This large vibrating area produces loud sounds, and vice versa. Secondly, distance from a source of a sound means if you stand near the source, you will hear loud sounds. If you stand or move away from the source, you will hear quiet or low sounds. Thus, increasing the distance from a source means decreasing the loudness. Lastly, medium in which sound travels. The speed of sound is maximum in solids, then in liquids, and then in gases. Sounds have different loudness because they differ in ADM. Finally, the last characteristic is quality of sound. It is the property of a sound by which two sounds of the same loudness and pitch are distinguished if they are played on different instruments. For example, consider sound 1 and sound 2. Sound 1 has frequency is equal to 10 Hz, wavelength is equal to 0.01 meter, and amplitude is equal to 0.02 meters. As you may notice, sound 2 has the same frequency, wavelength, and amplitude. Listen closely. I will play sound 1 and sound 2. Can you identify sound 1 and sound 2? Comment down below. Thank you for your active participation while waiting for your answers. Greetings to all of my co-teachers in the science department, to our dear RIC head teacher, Ma'am De La Cruz, and of course, to our school principal, Ma'am Vivo. Thank you for all the support. Well, the answer is yes. If you say sound 1 is of a drum and sound 2 is the sound of a guitar, then you got another correct answer. You were able to differentiate them due to quality of sound. Therefore, we say that the quality of a sound distinguishes two sounds of the same loudness and pitch if they are played on different instruments. I hope you remember what I discussed with you so that you can easily answer Activity 7, My Sounding Box, and Activity 8, Characteristics of Sound, found in Last 7 and 8 respectively. In Activity 8, let's watch and listen to this video.
Hey, how you doing, my friend? Dan Denley here from GuitarZoom.com. Thanks for watching this video. In this video, I'm going to show you what's called a classic jazzer's waltz. The waltz is basically, been around for hundreds and hundreds of years. And this is in a 3/4 time. All waltzes are in 3/4 time that I know of. And this is going to be a simple chord progression that's going to be basically based on a 2-5-1 chord progression. Actually, it's kind of like a cycle 5. Just going from 2 to 5, 2 to 5. Anyway, don't worry about all that. Basically, what you need to know is the rhythm. And what we're doing is it's ya-da-ba-dee, ya-da-ba-da. Okay, so I'm grabbing the bass string with my thumb, and then I'm grabbing all the other strings. I'm giving one finger per string here, index on the 4th, middle on the 3rd, ring finger on the 2nd. And then when I go to the root 5 chords, like the D9, my thumb comes and plays on the 5th string. So my thumb's either going to be in the 6th string or the 5th string, but these fingers, they're not going to change. See that? So the thumb is going ba, ba, dum. And that would be a good way to play it, actually, to practice it is. And the way I'm getting that kind of, is I'm just kind of slapping it with the top of my thumb and letting it kind of hit the fret, and it's making that kind of sound there. And the way I'm stopping the sound is I'm lifting up, and then I'm still muting the strings here. But when I lift up here and stop fretting it, if I just go, it's going to ring out, right? But if I go and then lift up, then I go to my next chord. And then I go to my 1 chord, which is in the key of F. So. Okay, and that's the rhythm of the jazzer's waltz. If you'd like to get the tab for that and all the chords and a recording of me playing it, simply follow the instructions in this video. Thanks so much. I'm Dan Denley from GuitarZoom.com.
Let us have an evaluation for what you have learned today. Kindly choose the correct answer. Questions are being flashed on your screen. Number 1. All sounds are made by blank objects. Choices are still, vibrating, motionless, and moving. Number 2. Sound is a kind of energy that moves in blank. Choices are waves, vacuum, space, or spaceship. Number 3. What do sound waves need in order to travel? Choices are vibrations, solids, medium, or someone to make them. Number 4. The quality of being high or low is a sound's blank. Choices are loudness, amplitude, frequency, and pitch. Number 5. Waves with a high frequency have a blank sound. Choices are high, low, soft, and amplitude. Comment down below. Write your answers in questions number 1 to 5. Thank you for listening and commenting, grade 7 students. Shout out to my grade 7 classes 721, 720, 724, and 77 for tuning in. Let us check your answer, learners. Number 1. The answer is vibrating. Number 2, waves. Number 3, medium. Number 4, pitch. Number 5, high. Give your score to your science teacher for recording. Today, we learned that sound waves are longitudinal waves, but the speed of sound depends upon the type of medium it passes through. To sum it up, pitch, the highness and lowness of sound. Loudness, softness of a sound. Loud sounds use a lot of energy. Soft sounds use a little energy. Quality. Quality or timbre is the property of tone that distinguishes it from another tone of the same pitch and intensity, but produced by different sources like voices and instruments. Sound is produced due to the vibration of the particles of matter. Wavelength is the distance between two consecutive crests or two consecutive troughs. Amplitude, the height of a crest or a trough. It is the maximum distance that a molecule due to the energy received from a source. Frequency, how fast a sound wave is moving. High frequency is equal to short wavelength is equal to high pitch. And the last one, vibration, the quick back and forth movement of the particles of matter. To prepare for our next week's topic, here is your assignment. Kindly copy the questions being flashed on your screen. I hope you had an amazing time learning with me today. Allow me to end your learning session with this quote from Rumi. He said, "Listen to the sound of waves within you." So, relax upon listening to soft music. Be calm as a wave. This is your Educator, Bina Caparas, from Teleradyo Marcelo, ang telearalan ng bawat Maluleño. Thank you so much and enjoy the rest of the day. Bye! Until next time!
Makinig, manood, nasa teleradyo. Makinig, manood, nasa teleradyo. Teleradyo, Teleradyo Marcelo. Sa gitna ng mapanubok na panahon, magkahatid sa kakakibat ay diskusyon. Sama-sama tayo, kahit magkalayo.
Sa programang ito, tiyak ang pagkatuto. Teleradyo, Teleradyo Marcelo, Teleradyo, Teleradyo Marcelo, Teleradyo, Teleradyo Marcelo.